live now.
I didn't. I'll be honest.
Be worth doing, I'd say. The voice you put up earlier.
Are we live now?
Yeah.
We are live. How are you all? Can we get the comments there like last night?
Yeah.
Excellent. If anyone is there, would you let us know what the sound is like? We have the mics hooked up this time, but we haven't tested them. So it would be nice to know if it's coming across nice and clear. Do.
Hey guys. How you doing, Liam? You well, mate?
Fair play, Liam. What's the sound like, Liam?
I'm just putting up a quick pinned message.
It's lovely. Here you loud and clear. Thank you. We are a few minutes late starting the match, but rugby matches can be slow anyway to start, even though Wales have gone 3-0 up. I love rugby. I love rugby more than soccer, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. And I'm not afraid to say it.
You've never stopped saying it.
Yeah. Scotland bet England yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Why is it? How are things, Steve, Sean, whatever you want?
Sean Thornton.
Yeah, Sean.
How are you doing, Sean? Are you well, mate?
Why is it that we love to beat the English at rugby? Or why is it we love to beat the English in general?
Do you not know anything about Irish history?
I know that, but like Scotland love to beat England.
Yeah,
Wales love to beat England.
Do you not see the one thing about the whole lot?
What?
England has been going around, prancing around for 1,000 years.
Well, I know that.
Like,
I understand that.
Keeping us down. Keeping us down, man.
I know that, but the thing is, we have some great English friends as well. Like, yeah, let's not forget that.
You're answering your own question.
I know that, and if anyone knows me, you know that
you want to fight them.
It's the green that runs through my blood is green. It's not red. It's pure green. You say one thing and you're asking a stupid question now. In fairness, you do know that. It's like everyone loves to beat England. Like it's like the thing. It's like something to be like be proud of. But anyway, I was just thinking that today when I was in the toilet.
You're like, everyone hates England. In fairness, their fans. The fans of the rugby they're not the worst, but like they're not great to be around either. They've got that English arrogance, and then the football fans, they have that Scobie kind of English arrogance. You know, sorry to.
Is it a bit like Dublin fans? Nothing wrong with Dublin fans either. It's just they have that reputation, and there might only be a small minority of them. But anyway, yeah, I do like rugby.
If there's anyone out there, please like the video, and if you're listening to us waffle on while the Ireland-Wales match is on.
And thanks everyone for joining us last night. It was actually my favorite live so far. We plan on doing many more on many Saturday and Friday nights and Sunday nights and whatnot, and obviously hoping that the other two boys join us as well when things start to get back to normal. Yeah, it was lovely banter last night, and I enjoyed the few pints as well.
It was. I'm just going to turn this a little bit.
Got the sound?
Yeah.
And if you watched last night, you'll know that we have a video going to be dropping on our Patreon page, and it'll be very, very juicy. And it's the reason it's only going to be on our Patreon page is because
the sensitive people
involved, and me being one of them.
Yeah, sensitive lad.
And so no pints today. There will be pints, Liam. Look at this for a glass I have. There will be pints, but I'm just easing into it. Can you see that? Is it turned the wrong way around on the camera?
I don't know if that's much to show off about, to be honest. It's a glass.
It's a glass, but it says Guinness,
rugby,
and rugby.
Yeah,
like two of my loves. And I got it. It was given to me free after I bought 24 cans of Guinness.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Was it you that bought the Guinness? Because it was your uncle that said that he bought the Guinness.
It was, yeah.
So you didn't buy the Guinness?
No, you get them. You get them free, and I think Eurospar and
red card for Peter Mahoney.
Wow.
This is talk of shite. We missed one most significant part. Oh man, this is a big problem.
And he's not a dirty player.
He must have tip tackled him or something, did he? Hardy had to swipe at someone.
Mr. Stream last night was out for the count early. We'll catch up later. And Saturday night Pints stream is a great job for it. Yeah, cheers. Cheers,
it was
man.
a great.
It was actually great crack. There was great interaction last night from people that were texting in. Liam was there, and it was great old crack. And we had a nice few pintings and a nice few topics.
Liam, what was O'Mahony sent off for? Oh, we get a replay here, will we?
Yeah, so we must be up to date. I mean, we must be on the ball here. No lag this time.
No.
Is that a replay?
No, they went back to the play.
Shit. What was he sent off for? We were talking shite.
That's a problem.
This has made the game more difficult.
Well, like losing, yeah. That's an understatement now, because losing a player in rugby, like you see, losing a player in football, it was a bad tackle.
Yeah,
it's a bit of a disaster now.
Was that it?
I didn't see it.
Bad tackle. That's not like him. It's not like him at all.
Well, his experience.
Yeah. Wasn't he the only player that played for Ireland in every game for like so many years?
I don't know. I don't even know how many caps he's got.
He didn't miss. He didn't miss a game. Like, and I think as well for Munster as well. I think he went a whole season without missing a game, which is hard done in rugby, I think. And I think I know.
We're up to date on the comments. The lads are fucking keeping a close eye on the match. Like, Wales are a really good team. It could be a very open championship this year.
It could be very open if we get beaten today. What do you think? Scotland might go fair.
Could go. They looked really good yesterday.
Yeah,
they dominated England. The only thing is that they weren't clinical enough.
Right.
So
the thing about Scotland is they've done this before in the past, and they've gone out and had a massive game, and the next game they'll come out and literally. Yeah. So literally need they just don't do it on the second time.
Yeah.
You know, they can come out the next game and literally just don't do the same thing again. And Wales came out during the week and said that they hated Ireland more than any other team. But I think that's
but in fairness, they're bootlickers for England anyway.
Do you reckon there is pain when you wake up the next day after playing a match? Oh, definitely, Liam.
Say there's a pain in the hoof. I'd say Peter Mahoney's going to be in more pain now.
Yeah,
getting sent off than he would if he played the full 80 minutes. Like,
my sister is going out with a rugby player for she must be 12 years now, and literally the damage that he does to more, I'd say, maybe more. Anyway, after 12 years, what matters?
This is it.
And
look, it was a neck high tackle.
Oh, was it?
Oh no, that was Sexton.
No, that was
another really again another stupid tackle. He could get a yellow card enough for a high tackle like that.
He didn't get a yellow card, did he?
I don't think so, but
we've conceded 4 penalties to none.
Like Ireland, that's what screwed over England yesterday. They were throwing away. They were really indisciplined for the whole game. Like if Scotland should have beaten them by 25 points. Like,
what's that?
Yesterday, Scotland should have beaten England.
Yeah.
They the first half they had 75 for the first half. Now they had 75%
possession.
You know, England were giving away penalties left and right. Hopefully, Irish podcast is how are you lads?
How are you getting on,
How you
dude?
doing, boys?
Are you well? What is the crack? Are you watching the match? I'm presuming you are.
Do you think Ireland needs a shake-up? They seem to be relying on some of these, but like Sexton's 34 now?
Is he?
Oh, he is. Yeah.
I didn't realize he was that age.
It's
I didn't realize he was that age at all. 6 points down now. It's not good when you're 14. When you're down to 14 men. That makes it a lot tougher.
Yeah, it's you look at Lee Halfpenny there. He's class. He's better than Sexton. Like,
do you think?
Yeah.
But Sexton got World Player of the Year last year, didn't he?
Yeah.
Did he? Was it last year?
It was the last year. I think it was the year before.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
That was the year that Ireland won the Six Nations, wasn't it? So it must have been the year before.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And Ireland seemed to do very well in a year like the off years of the World Cup.
Yeah.
So they've never put a team together that's
for the World Cup.
For the World Cup.
Yeah. That's been the problem. This is our year usually to peak because because we get England and France at home as well.
Yeah.
Always the year after the World Cup. It's just the way
France looked clinical, even though Italy did well. They played well. The only thing is that France, every time they got an opportunity, they just burst through.
Yeah. It'd be nice for the Six Nations if a French team actually came through and done well, because
they should have done better last year.
Yeah, like it would be nice to have back to the league or the Six Nations back to full strength.
Yeah, but then Ireland's are fucked.
Yeah, do you think? No.
Ireland, I mean, remember when France and England were dominating in the early 2000s, late 90s? Ireland were shite.
But it brought us forward. But also, didn't we start?
Club rugby came on a lot, but
they made this thing that you could. Is this? Am I right here? They made this thing that you could only have so many international players on your team in club.
Yeah,
I think it's 3.
No,
I think so. You check that out. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyone?
Sure, Leinster has at least 15 internationals.
Are you sure? No, not internationals. Like foreign players.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I don't know if they limited.
If you check it out, there's only so many for foreign players that I think are allowed on an Irish.
I don't know. I know that they don't. They broke the rules for Sexton when he went to France. They were only considering players that were playing for one of the provinces.
Yeah.
So that changed. That changed a big thing. Liam says, I always think the football Ireland teams miss the crowd. Yeah, the football teams miss the crowd. You probably do. Ireland probably, like, that is one thing about the Irish crowds. They're very positive, for the most part. In the grounds, they do bring a lot. You don't hear Irish teams being booed very often.
No, never.
Whereas other teams, like Irish soccer teams, probably deserve to get booed a lot over the last couple of years, especially the years of Trapattoni and stuff.
Do you think? Even our own fans?
Oh, some of the football they were playing was atrocious.
I know, but did the Irish fans ever boo themselves?
Trapattoni. They didn't boo themselves. They didn't boo the team. Like,
yeah. That's right. Didn't they hold up a protest once to get rid of them?
They started throwing tennis balls on the pitch.
Yes, right. Yeah. Or they threatened to do it anyway.
But again, the FAI are up there. Like you look at all the governing bodies in football, they're so corrupt.
Mm-hmm.
The FA, massively corrupt.
Mm-hmm.
FIFA, UEFA, the FAI. The FAI is a joke.
They needed banking or bailing out, didn't they?
Yeah. Like, again, they had Dennis O'Brien paying the salary for Roy Keane, and for the Irish managers going back as far as Trapattoni. Yeah. They had Dennis O'Brien paying for it, which is
not good.
Mental.
Yeah. Liam said, I always think that Football Ireland will make... Oh, yeah, you've already read that out.
Yeah. Post up on Instagram there and see if we can rope in a few more.
I will.
Or even go live on Instagram for a couple of minutes as well.
No, I'll just put up a picture or something. Just get a few more ringers on the old...
Get the chat going. If there's anyone out there... if there's anyone out there, do like the video. That would be very kind of you. More people that like it. I don't know why it does. It gets us up more, gets us more followers.
Indeed.
If you haven't subscribed already,
the more people on, the more crack we can have on the chats.
The more we have to. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. And if you do want to throw us a few shillings, jump on the Patreon and join there. We are going to have a whopper video with a mad story from Stockholm, involving some household celebrity names from Ireland in the mid-90s or before. Actresses.
Bear with me. I just want to get a link and put it on to...
I'll send you a link now.
Send me the link to the page or to the live.
A second. Well, I don't know why you're scrolling back. For the link to the live won't be back.
I know, but I have a link to the actual page here.
No, but go use the picture to the live.
Okay.
Or we're going all technical on you guys.
We're not. Well, I'm not. Chris is very technically brilliant, but I think Column, are you well? OnlyFans is the way forward, boys. You're right.
Okay, might have to.
Mikey's working out to get his body in shape. Just
in fairness to Mikey was throwing around dick pics for free. Never mind for getting people to pay for them. So that's a fact. I'm pretty confident Mikey's not watching this right now. So
he might be. You never know.
He might be. Mikey, text me if you are watching this.
Send that.
Yeah.
Okay. Here goes.
Guys, what guests do you want on? I know the usual, but if you want to be ambitious, what guests would you like us to have on the podcast coming over and stuff? It's on Facebook.
Oh, it's on Facebook. Sorry.
Yeah. So what guests would you like to have us on? I know most time when I ask this, it usually get Owen Colgan and Martin Maloney.
Will be on at some stage for sure.
They will all be on, but said what other people interest you?
We have a couple of nice. We have actually one of the rugby players meant to come on soon.
He will be on once he's free to do so, which will be very cool. Obviously, if we come through with a win today after being down to 14 men, we'll spill it. After being down to 14 men, that would be brilliant. Wales are solid, in fairness. They don't concede much territory, do they? Ireland have had the ball in hand for a good 5 minutes and they've gone fucking nowhere.
No, job done. Sorry about that. All right, Leo, are you well? What's the crack? MC Decent. What does MC mean?
McDecent? I don't know.
Oh, okay. Fair play. Are you watching the match, Leo?
Sean Thornton reckons that we should get Jim Core on to have a chat.
Actually, that mightn't be a bad idea. It'd be a bit of crack. Hard to take a lot of his stuff seriously, though, wouldn't it? Well, sure. Look, we can surely we can for an hour we can listen to it.
I wouldn't say no.
Yeah.
I'm an open-minded guy. I've been wrong once before. So I'm open to being wrong.
Wrong
maybe
once before.
I'm open to being wrong.
Aren't you brilliant?
Maybe once again.
Do you know what? Do you know who I'd love to see having a podcast? Jim Core and Mark Maloney.
Yeah, I don't know how long I'd listen to it for.
It could be sensational.
It could be, but
or
it
could
could
bad
be
too.
fucking after about an hour. You'd be like, "Ah, lads, come on now."
Do.
Like at the end of the day, Jim Core is a piss take figure now. So you want your friend to be associated with the biggest piss take?
Martin would literally just extract the goodness out of him.
I don't know.
He would, yeah.
I think Martin is more likely to be in the rabbit hole for the next couple of years with Jim Core.
Yeah.
That's what will happen. Martin will start chanting, but all go on very well, and then the rabbit hole would start getting deeper and deeper, and our Martin would be lost to it.
I think
He'd be climbing up like this. He'd be like, "Fuck!"
He'd love it. He'd love that.
He'd love it.
Yeah,
he'd be like, he'd be pulling you in too.
It.
He'd be your old fella, Martin and Jim Core.
That's right. That would be a pretty decent mix.
Yeah, it'd be a big fucking rabbit hole they'd be going into, because your old fella's a big man.
He is a big man, and so is Martin, a big man.
Martin's a big man.
Jim Core, well, I don't know. I've never stood beside Jim Core, so I don't know what he's like. What is the opinion on the snow due to come? I haven't heard much about it yet, but it's getting cold. It's cold enough to snow. In fact, but in here today now, it's not as cold as it was last night. Just last night it was perishing. And we have a fire on that's not smoking this time, so we were able to actually see what we're doing, which is always a help.
Free Paddy Power Bet if you have an account on the City Liverpool match. We'll be keeping an eye on
What time is that match on it?
That's on soon enough, I'd say.
I've had to bring out the big guns for this. The old pinting.
Fair play.
Looks nice. It's nice glass.
It'd be nicer if it was draft.
Well, I know that, yeah, but sure, look.
I don't really go. I don't really go for the cans of Guinness. I've never.
Do you not? No.
No.
Well, they're better than nothing, like.
Yeah. They just. I don't know. They don't do it for me as much.
That does look nice, though. You have to admit.
You're eulogizing it too much. Just drink it to fuck, will you?
I'll let it settle there for a second. Anyway.
Yes, no. Fucking, what can you do? Hopefully it won't fall too hard and make my life more difficult going to work in the mornings.
Is it promised tonight, is it?
Yeah, up in Dublin, I think.
We've dealt with snow before, we'll deal with it again.
Haven't we?
Indeed we have. Many a time coming down from Dublin on a Sunday morning or a Monday morning. It wasn't pretty. I don't know how I got down a many time. I really don't.
Johnny Sexton lives up the kick. This is to get us off the mark. Yeah. This is important now.
Yes,
fair play. Okay. So Johnny Sexton hits that penalty anyway. So 6-3. They've weathered the first half an hour well. The last 20 minutes.
Yeah, they have. The fact that they're down to 14 men, and the fact that they're down to 14 men and we're still down to only 3 points behind.
Beast from the east. Do you remember?
I do remember the piece from the
so the weekend the week that happened.
That was your birthday.
It was actually my birthday.
That was right.
It was my 30th birthday.
But
3 years ago.
We'd been up a few weeks earlier.
Yep.
And we had another great night.
Yeah.
And a very good night. And something similar. It was like two identical sort of nights, but it was good crack.
That night, so that week, like obviously it was great because it was snowing like fuck. It was cold as fuck in my house. So myself and John Phelan on the Thursday went to the pub and we had a mighty bit of session. We had a fucking great old laugh. And got stuck into a snowball fight after with a bunch of ringers. Fucking great bit of crack now. And then the Friday night, I think you came up. Or was it Saturday? Anyway, we kept on drinking all the way until Sunday.
Yeah.
And the snow kind of started melting then. But
it
was great. It was an ideal couple of pints.
Though that it was even worse. It was even worse. The snow was even worse because that came in stages.
That was the week where there was a snowdrift up to my hip.
Yeah. But even on the motorway, people had parked their cars. They'd given up and they left their cars on the hard shoulders, and the snow had literally just surrounded the cars. And that
was 3 years ago. That was the week of my birthday. Yeah, it was really great. But in fairness, like to drive up, you're a madman for the pints when you drive up to Dublin in that type of conditions.
I did. And I was even worse.
Going
back.
It was.
I took my eye off the road at one stage, and next thing I was on top of a Jeep. I don't know how I stopped. I put the foot on the brake, which you don't really do in the snow.
No.
And I slid every which way, and I just avoided the Jeep that was in front of me. I don't know what I was thinking. But anyway, Sean, who are the top Irish and international guests you would love to get on the podcast? Even more than Irish, but we have... Who would you like to have on? I'd like to have on a lot of the rugby players.
Yeah, I'd like to open it up beyond sport as well. I love sport.
Yeah.
I love boxing. I love combat sports. I love football. Anything you can bet on, to be honest. But I'd like to have some of the top jockeys on. I'd like to have some of the retired jockeys.
I'd love to have Kieran Fallon on.
Kieran Fallon,
yeah, my favorite jockey of all time. And a bit of mystery behind him as well, and like he can lead a boring life. Kieran Fallon, definitely. Actually, I'm going to make contact. I know he's a very private man.
Be good to have a chat with him.
It would. See if he might come on. I'd love to get, not in the sporting world, Tommy Tiernan.
Yeah,
I really would like to get Tommy on. Probably one of my favorite comedians. It's hard to think like that. I love Oisin Murphy as another jockey. We hopefully have Killian Doris or
Caelan and Doris.
Caelan Doris. I always get them two names mixed up. Lined up as well.
You want to start practicing that when he is on the podcast.
Keelan, am I right? Keelan.
So it's we've got a big list of guests that have been put together, and we'll start ticking them off as they come through. But there's going to be some great podcasts.
We want to get ladies on as well.
Yeah,
we really do. So if you can suggest any female people that you'd like to have on, we would love to get them on and open it up a bit, because we were actually looking through the algorithms, or what do you call it, or the statistics.
We're looking through the analytics.
Analytics, that's the word. And
it's very lad centric here, lads.
Very much, yeah. We're talking into the
we really
90s.
Appreciate it, but you boys are. We need to expand it beyond
get the ladies on.
So
Katie Taylor,
on the list.
Would you believe? And we have a couple of contacts that hopefully might persuade her to come on.
Again, Katie's career is incredible. Not just over the last couple of years, from way back. She even played for Ireland. Again,
like in the soccer.
Yeah,
and that's crazy. It's crazy.
She played for Arsenal as well, didn't she?
Did she?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. Paul McGrath. I would love to have Paul McGrath on.
Paul McGrath would be incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Paul McGrath would.
We must have taken these down.
Another guy who's just private, kind of shy, really nice. You can tell he's a really nice, personable guy. Paul McGrath would be unbelievable. What an Irish hero, like.
Yeah. With the backstory as well.
Like, I would like
love
to
the
have
backstories. I love the romantic rogue sort of stories.
Yeah, I'd like to have Ricky Hatton on.
Ricky Hatton would be cool. Yeah, we have another Irish boxer,
Jason Quigley,
going to be on as well.
Unfortunately, Jason's fight with Shane Mosley Jr. was cancelled there a couple of days ago.
But it might benefit us. It might mean he might be freed up.
Yeah, well, I think it was because of illness, so we'll see
which one
he is.
On
Jason. Yeah.
Jason's side, Roy Keane would be class.
Roy would be unreal.
Obviously,
do you know what? He's great crack. You could tell that he's just.
Fuck it, we might send him a message.
I'd like Dennis Irwin. Dennis Irwin would be because Dennis Irwin's quiet. He's like the antithesis of Roy Keane.
Yes.
Quiet, typical, like get about your business. You can tell that he's just a man that driven, but does it his own way. He's a Irish hero. Unreal.
Yeah. Were you a pro Keane? It was like pro Collins or pro De Valera at the time.
The Civil War.
I'd love to have Michael Collins on.
Yeah, it'd be good. Kind of 100-year anniversary of his death.
Yeah. Take him up and just put him on the seat. That's actually going to be coming up in a couple of years. Yeah, brilliant. Actually, when I was just getting off the point, when I was when I had the aneurysm and I was in a coma.
Dennis Irwin was there.
No, Michael Collins I kept on
dreaming of
Michael Collins because remember it was the 1916 commemoration, and it probably was all the time in the background.
So you can remember the dreams from.
I can, and the thing that kept coming to me was Michael Collins was telling me he was trying to point out who was it that actually shot him. That's a fact.
But you're probably just relaying the movie in your head. It was that
wait for it. And we've gone off topic now, so we want to go back onto that in 2 seconds.
Was that Rhys Myers, lads? He shot me. The actor.
We're level.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Great kick.
Johnny Sexton, great player.
Yeah.
Best player in the world.
Don't know about that.
But Michael Collins kept telling me 45 Hollymount Lane. No, Sandymount Lane. Hollymount Lane. We were going up to Hollymount looking for his killer. He kept saying, keep going to 45 Sandymount Lane. I don't even know if that's a place.
Well, I'm going to Google Maps it now.
Google Maps it. And he said, you'll find the killer there.
We have to follow this up now.
That's repetitive. I often meant to follow it up.
We have to follow this up. We have to knock on the door.
Yeah. So we have to find out who was living there at the time. Maybe it was at the time job. Do you know what? I can see there'll be no try in this game.
I don't know. Ireland are down to 14.
Well,
and it's not like now they're 20 minutes with 14 men, but like when they get past the hour mark, you just like the full pack is just you.
I think we would have won it.
Oh, that's
comfortably
if.
Yes! Yes!
Go on, Van der Fleer.
Jesus!
Come on! Yes!
Is that it? We're through. Brilliant!
Well, that prediction that you just made about 15 seconds ago.
You would have said, I must say it again now in a few minutes.
I can't see there being a try in this game.
Who scored it?
Van der Fleer, was it?
Van der Fleer, was it?
I don't know. Or is it Tyke Brown?
I was just about to say I had Lermur to score the first try, but I don't care as long as someone scores the try.
45 Sandymount Lane. Let's go back to the more important part.
Yeah, finding Michael Collins' killer. Jonathan Rhys Myers.
Jonathan Rhys Myers is the killer. We all know that.
Became an alcoholic. He did. Do you know, he'd be great. Would he be a good podcast?
Sure, I'm sure he would.
But anyway, getting back, I had someone in my head there, someone else that I'd like to get back on the podcast. We're going to send them all out. We have a whole list of people. It's just to keep contacting, keep reminding them that, to come on. So definitely we want to be picking up as many people as possible. Not just Irish people either, just like go further afield.
Nothing came up for 45 Sandymount.
I looked at it, I think, before, and it is an actual address, but I never really looked into who was there.
Well, I'm going to go over there this week.
Okay.
Tonight.
Check it out. Take pictures. Send them to me, and we'll figure it out. We'll figure out.
We have to find out who it was.
Who was it? But then again, there's a theory that he was actually killed from behind. That he was shot by one of his own men.
Oh no! Would you say that was accidental, or
I don't know?
Took a payoff,
maybe.
But again, there was 6 other lads in that ambush fighting on Collins' side. So one of them
was it just 6? Yes, well done, Jonathan.
Well done,
Jonathan Sexton.
Jonathan Sexton Myers.
The fact that we have only conceded 3 and we've scored 13 with 14 men. That's pretty decent.
We've had a fucking great first half considering we're down to 14.
Brilliant.
Impressive so far.
Okay, going back to who would we like to have on? Would you like to have any politicians on? I'd love to have Miriam Lou McDonald on.
Yeah, I'd like to have Mary Lou on and have a chat. I think better than her would be Pierce Sargent.
What's this?
What's that? What did I say there?
It's a default, your default something.
I didn't even see the message. Sorry, guys.
You see, I wouldn't. This is all double Dutch to me.
Just gonna test the microphones, lads.
Testing 1 2 1 2 Uniflu. Yeah. Oh, you like that?
Okay. The microphones, lads.
Testing 1 2 1 2 Uniflu.
Okay. We got
Yeah. Oh, you like that?
Sorry about that, lads. Okay. The microphones, lads.
Testing 1 2.
Stop. Okay.
Am I good to go now again?
I don't know.
Let us know if our sound is still okay. Into Kenny be class. Would he?
No. I'm guaranteeing now he would not.
The Healy Rays would be great crack on a podcast with a few cans on them.
Yeah. Oh, James Lowe is on a break.
And we have advantage.
Ireland have.
Can you imagine what damage we would do?
Stuff, if, like. Yeah. That's much better idea.
Brilliant.
It's a great idea. That's been brilliant so far. Sorry guys. Some of these. Are you happy with that first half, lads? The Healy Rays would be good crack in Paris.
It would be great crack. Did the
Michael Healy Ray? I'd be able to stick. Danny Healy Ray, I just think is a thick cunt.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Which one is which?
He's your man. Danny Healy Ray's the balder guy. Michael Healy Ray's the guy with the flat cap.
Okay.
And Danny Healy Ray's the one that was like, he was arguing against global warming by saying, and 1 year there was no sun at all.
Right.
He's like, oh right, that's the argument.
That's how it works. But he'd still be great crack to have on. And they're absolutely loved in Kerry.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I know that they do an awful lot. And maybe that's the way to go. Just stick to your own corner and fight your own battles.
Then what's the point? You can't have a central system of government then.
I don't know what the answer is, but I know that
they're multi-millionaires.
How do they make their money?
They've kind of like Wills Brothers, or they've tarmacking and
right, okay.
Then they've haulage and they've been in the machinery game for years, like.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got
did their older
ties
brother
with the Kerry County Council.
I thought you were going to say the Ra. I don't know why. What was I going to say? Did their other brother die?
Who was their other brother?
Their older brother. The first fella that got in as a politician.
I don't know who the first fella.
He was a big man.
I can't remember. I know Danny's older than Michael in here.
But there was three of them, and I think the other brother. I think the first brother died.
I remember their father being a politician.
Oh, was it? Maybe it was their father.
Oh yeah. Their father. He was famous. He was famous. He went into government with Fianna Fáil, or he had as he was an independent.
Yeah.
But I think he went in to a coalition government.
Okay. That's right. It was him that made the government. They needed him to make the government.
They needed him to get the majority.
Yeah. That was the father.
Yeah.
I thought it was the brother.
Yeah. Danny's older than Michael, but I think Michael's been in the game longer than Danny is.
Right. Okay.
So they've got sewn up down the Kerry.
Yeah. Are a fair play to them.
Yeah. A politician that looks after his own people is like you like the likes of the Michael Ring that there and stuff like that. He's got a big share of the Mayo vote because he's seen to do stuff for Mayo.
Yeah, that's the way to go. Look after your own spot. That's the way. When I become
Fuck the
a
rest
politician,
of them. Fuck the rest.
when
of
I
them
become
is
a
your
politician,
motto. Fuck the rest of them is going to be your motto.
Yeah.
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 Send them off.
Yeah.
Ship them out.
Yeah. Like
Ireland,
that's it.
Ireland,
Look
Ireland
after
is for
our
Mayo,
own
and
square.
that's it.
Yeah. No. I'm a true patriot, really. But no, I mean, as a politician like that, you just have to look after your own corner until obviously you get up into the upper echelons.
And then you just have to fuck that off altogether. You're like,
well,
no.
You're meant to fight for the country then, but what can you do? Do you know who I'd love to get on? I just seen there, Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay would be good. Yeah.
You would?
I think Ricky Gervais would be brilliant.
Who else? Females. Think of some, apart from Katie Taylor. We've already done Katie Taylor and Mary Lou McDonald. I've done Mary Lou McDonald so many times in my head.
Yeah.
So anyway, would Conor McGregor get on, or is he just gone too big?
No.
Would you not like him?
No, I wouldn't. I would think it'd be very interesting, and I don't mind him as an athlete.
Is there any other Irish?
People are so divisive about someone like Conor McGregor. He's an athlete, and he's basically fights people in the steel cage.
Yeah.
Like, why are you expecting him to be a role model?
Yeah, well, I completely understand that.
He's a fucking human cockfighter.
Yeah. I love that. I love that analogy of UFC.
Yeah. Like mental stuff. Like, you're expecting.
I tell you what, if Peter O'Mahony might come on.
Yeah.
You know,
he's going to have a bit of time off now anyway.
Just
he's suspended.
You know, pick his spirits up a bit.
If he's cited or whatever. Everything, a lot of it is very sports orientated, but like, I'd like to have, journalists on and
of course.
So they said Ireland have done really well. They've outplayed Wales this first half, considering they're down to 14 men. It's unreal. Who else is out there? Enda Kenny. No.
Nah.
Pat Kenny?
Nah. No.
Claire Byrne?
Yeah. Yeah, Claire Byrne, yeah.
Interesting. I wonder why.
Again, like Mary Lou McDonald.
You imagine her.
She has that look.
Getting her on a podcast is you want to see the look in person.
Look, I want to look into her eyes, sort of thing. I think
and they go
sparkly eyes.
And then ask her what?
Just talk to her, have a bit of crack.
Ah, yeah.
So
I'm sure she'd be delighted with that.
Yeah. Claire Byrne, Marion Finucane. No, not Marion Finucane. Miriam O'Callaghan. Yeah. Shit. Sorry.
I was going to say that'd be.
I always used to get them two mixed up.
It's like, so anyone,
we're going to have
Marion
Finucane.
And after that, we're going to have Gay Byrne.
Oh, God. Jesus.
We didn't even see the fucking the red card again. We missed it 5 times.
Get Turbridge on and tell him what a bollocks he is for an hour.
He's hard to like. Turbridge.
He is, but he's very good at what he does.
No, I don't know.
I met him a couple of times actually.
Oh yeah, I met him up in which pub was it? Dunlea's.
In Dublin.
Yeah.
I met him in the VIP area in the Leopards. Is it the Leopardstown Festival at Christmas? The VIP area at Leopardstown. And
fair play to Owen Colgan for not inviting me to that.
He invited me to it. Well, he only had 2 tickets.
Well, so not good
one
enough.
For himself and
not good enough, Owen.
Me.
Not good enough, Owen. I will remember this forever.
I met a lot of people that day. Would you have Marty Morrissey on? He was there that day as well. And also
Brent Pope, met him before he signed.
Yeah.
He's a fucking big man.
I bet he is. He's New Zealander, isn't he?
Yeah. He's not doing a lot since RT don't have the coverage of the rugby.
Would you get Joe Brolly on?
Oh, in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Joe Brolly,
actually
big shout out. I bet he is.
Yeah, big shout out to Joe Brolly for coming down and giving Pork a horror.
That is right. Fair play.
He's
a very charitable guy. I know that he's controversial at times, but he says it as he sees it.
Sometimes he plays up to it.
Yeah, of course he does. George Hook,
George Hook. Yeah, George Hook would be brilliant. He's a man that loves to
I haven't heard of anything from him in a long time.
I think he
died?
got into a bit of trouble. He got kicked off News Talk.
Why?
I can't remember. I'll actually Google it. It's back a couple of years ago. I think he was a naughty boy. Find out what George Hook controversy. I'm googling George Hook controversy. It's going to be 15,000 pages long.
Okay.
Let's see what comes.
I can't imagine him getting into too much trouble.
I think it was something sexist or something.
We don't like that.
I'm guessing that's not. Wait until I pull up the. But I remember he stepped down from News Talk because of it. So.
Okay.
He was on a big number.
Yeah, I haven't heard from him in a long time, but it would be good to have another chat with him. He had this like aura about him.
He
like old school rugby job.
He's colorblind.
Is he? What difference does that make?
So that's not the controversial part, but he came out before and he said, how he used to wear like mad loud ties and off, like they were never matching.
Okay.
But apparently his daughters were taking the piss out of him for years by giving him just gaudy fucking shirts and crap ties to go with it.
Right, okay.
Because he can't even see the colours anyway.
Brilliant. Now I get it. You'd miss Brawley on TV. You would. Yeah, definitely.
Like the Sunday game, or the GA is missing it badly.
Massively so. They made a massive mistake getting rid of it.
It's shite.
And we actually highlighted that at the time that it happened. That he should never have been got rid of.
But it's primetime TV.
Yeah.
Like Eamon Dunphy is primetime TV. Yeah. They are the best. They can say something that you don't like, but they're still likable.
Yeah. Of course they're likable. Like, you love listening to them as much as whatever they say. And I know that Joe Brawley has slated Mayo football at times. He's also been a supporter of Mayo football as well.
Of course. And he's done a lot for the clubs down here. He'd come down here on his own dime without thinking about and help out any fundraiser for a Mayo club.
Yeah,
if they ask him.
He does an awful lot for Mayo Roscommon Hospice.
Yeah, incredible.
So I mean,
these are the things people forget. Like,
yeah. Just because he says an off-the-cuff thing to start the pot, as Ronan said, the pot has to be stirred sometimes. It's what gets people interested. So I'd love to have Joe Brawley on.
Yeah.
He got cancelled for nothing, so he got cancelled for nothing. Is that George Hook that you're on about, or is it Joe Brawley?
Yeah, I can't remember why. It was. I think he had said something sexist or something like that.
But they got rid of Joe Brawley or Joe Brawley left.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So he had some controversial comments about a rape case, saying that I think it was, the case involved a husband and wife.
Okay.
And he said that it couldn't be rape.
Ooh.
Yeah. As soon as I saw the article at the top, I was like, that's not great. Like,
yeah,
because it can.
Yeah, of course.
Anyone arguing the opposite of
that's real 100 years old job.
Yeah,
that is like
that's
archaic.
Fucking 1950s.
Is that the word, archaic?
Yeah. 1950s Ireland.
Yeah.
I'm going to stroke up the fire a little bit.
Stroke up the fire there. Yeah, that's not good. But like, did he apologize for that?
I think he did. Well, I'm not 100% sure.
Very surprised at that. Wow, that sort of, you wouldn't have expected that off George. Seems like a sound soft skin, but no, we condone that sort of behavior. But we get him on anyway. Fuck it. But getting back to Joe Brawley, I would love to have Joe Brawley on. as Chris said, he was down with Pádraig O'Hora the other day, raising funds or helping out to try and raise funds for a sensory park in Ballina. So if anyone's watching this, head over to Pádraig O'Hora's Instagram, the link is there, or Facebook, or Ballina Community Cleanup Group, and help them out as best you can. And that is it. How long is a break in rugby? I thought it was only 10 minutes.
10 minutes, yeah.
Feels like a lot longer.
Yeah,
did you know Shane Horgan? Shane Horgan is on now. Did you know he's related to me?
Is he?
Yes.
How?
He's in the cut down of Jack. Jack, my uncle Jack.
He does look a bit like
yeah.
How is he related to you?
My grandmother's relations, I think they're from either Kildare or Meath. I think he's from Kildare or Meath. I'm not sure. They're cousins.
Ah.
Yeah. It goes back like maybe
a couple of
whenever, you know how when Mayo people went
the land
when they divided them up and sent them up to the likes of Meath and
what was it, the Land Commission, wasn't it?
Land Commission, yeah. And they give like Mayo farmers
a bit,
nice,
better land
up the country. Well, they were one of them, and they're related.
Interesting.
We'll get him on.
In fact, Shane Horgan would be very welcome.
Yeah.
He had that try he scored against England in Croke Park.
Brilliant.
2007. Wow.
Unbelievable.
Talk about like, it was the epitome of like up for a high ball. Like that kick across by Ron Regar was spot on.
He goes was that to win the game?
Catches it over. I can't remember who he caught over. Caught it anyway and fucking straight. Unbelievable. Any predictions for when the pub will open?
I was talking to a publican who was talking to someone in Guinness today. Not like he might have been talking about him like a few days ago, but I was talking to him today.
Yeah.
And he said
May.
No, he said June. June before restaurants and food pubs can open, and after that then they don't know. But apparently, and this was a big shock to me, Guinness have stopped making barrels.
They've stopped. They've got enough.
They've enough made that they're not going to make any more for draft.
But in fairness, what is the point in making draft?
Yeah. Like that's how far they see that it's not going to open. So they've stopped actually making draft.
And if they've stopped making draft, that tells you that it will be a couple of months yet.
Yeah. Because I'm sure it takes months to brew and get it all set up.
Not even that. They've got all set up that they can. But they need a constant. Yeah. It needs to be a constant supply.
Yeah. Keith Barry predicts June the 1st. Well, could be right. Could be June.
Fair play to Keith. It's a great man.
We could get him. Would you get him on?
We can invite whoever we want.
He might mind fuck us.
Yeah, well, in fairness, I have a few women that have got.
That's true.
They've taken the steel on.
We're well used to it. I'm going to pop for a piss. You keep the show going there.
Sure will. Ireland have just kicked off again there. Scores 13-6 for anyone that isn't watching. It's gone a bit smoky in here because I put some timber on and the fucking fire is actually coming over at the heart. Would you believe it, lads? So it's going to get a bit smoky in here. If I die like last night, it was all free. So all you have to do is donate €5 to the Patreon account. Be very kind of you now to do that. But no, I'm only messing. I hopefully won't die today from smoke inhalation. But if you would like to become a member of our Patreon account, that'd be brilliant. We've got a lot more content coming up, some really good interviews as we were just talking about. Go from there. If I could talk about the snow earlier on, to drive up to Dublin after this, so I can try and avoid the snow working up in Dublin at the moment, you know. Wales have come out and they've taken possession very quickly. It looks like they're going to run it out.
I'm back. Has anyone any predictions for how this game is going to end up? Will Ireland hold on?
I think it's
Ronan, what are you running the fire on, lads? Turf, is it? No, it's
fucking should be turf, because
it should be turf. It's wet timber, and now it started to smoke up. So our eyes could start burning again very quickly. If anyone was watching last night, we had a major problem with smoke.
Yeah.
We literally were. It was like we were, but it was great crack. So that's the main thing. We'll do it all just to create a bit of crack.
This room's gone really smoky really quickly, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because the
We'll have to sort that.
Over the heart.
What's worse than that is I only had one Guinness left in the bar, so I'm going to have to go on something else after this. It's an awful thing. I run all week to get fit, and then I run the first half of Saturday, a long run on a Saturday, and then waste it all by drinking pints on Saturday and Sunday. But what can you do?
Sorry,
it's has to be done.
Smoking bowls.
Anyway, we shall continue on and persevere. What's this? Penalties conceded. You see how it went? Like we conceded the first 4 and then it just flipped.
Yeah, they
something.
I think that being down to 14 made them go, fuck.
Yeah. So
can't
might be the best thing that happens. There has been some victories, not only in rugby, with people with like teams a man down.
Like an
awful lot in soccer, or especially in GEA, you'll see it.
Yeah.
It's like a kick in the hole. Will Mellett's or other pubs in Swinford survive until June?
Yeah.
Well, Mellett's will.
I don't think there'll be any pubs that won't reopen in June.
Yeah.
The ones that Quinn's obviously.
Quinn's I think is gone anyway,
but like the rest are family owned.
Yes,
so their expenses are very low.
Yeah.
Bar, typical running costs. But say if you were paying rent on a pub now, it'd be almost impossible to reopen.
Yeah. If you're leasing, well, obviously there'll have to be some agreement with the landlord. But any pubs, you see, what's left in Swinford are pretty much family owned.
Family owned, yeah.
Yeah, we go the 2 Campbells, Mellett's, Moores, Boland's, Sheepwalk. Although he did buy that.
Yeah, but he's had that for 30 years now.
Gateway, family owned. That's 7. It's only 7 pubs left in Hawkins, 8. Every one of them.
Moores.
I mentioned Moores. So every one of them has been not handed down, but generational.
Yeah.
Is all that's left in Swinford? 8 pubs.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Did you know that Swinford per head of population had the most pubs in all of Ireland?
64 or something like that.
It was crazy. It was.
Sure, every draper, shoemaker had a little tap.
Yeah.
You go in to buy a pair of boots and you'd have 4 or 5 pints.
You wouldn't get away with it now.
Into the hardware store and you'd be like, actually, look, I might as well have a pint while I'm here.
I love, all them pictures, and I love
when such crack.
I'd love to go back to them times.
There's a picture that I saw on, I think it must have been Facebook or something, about all the publicans in 1964 took a day trip to one of the
that was in Mellett's. It was Mellett's shared that on that thing.
Stop. It looked like it's like they're so half the town.
Guys. Yeah.
It looked unreal. So there's like 60 odd in this one photo. They went on the piss up to the Hart Brewery.
Which been great crack. But the novelty of getting away back then.
Of course.
We take everything way too much for granted.
At least if everywhere had a pub, a license to sell drink back in the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
You'd never be bored of somewhere to go if you were going for a couple of pints, because you'd be all over the town.
But I think as well we dealt with drink better back then, and there was no drugs as well involved.
Yeah.
No real drugs.
And the ingredients in the beer would be
more natural.
Very simple.
Yeah. I don't know. I would love to go back like 50 years.
I'm sorry, mate. This is becoming fucking terrible.
Smoking up now, big style. Can you see it on the video?
It's not one thing or another. Fuck me. It's really smoky in here.
It'll be grand now in a while. Can you hear the cracking? Obviously you can if you're asking what's on the fire.
It was nice. It was nice and warm. It was nice and warm when we first came in.
Yeah.
And then
it must be the different timbers. I think we started putting in wet timber, and I think that makes a difference.
Yeah.
What was in first was teak. Yeah, we like burning teak around here because we're posh cunts. But anyway, Will Mellets or other pubs? Yeah. So we've answered that, Sean. Do you lads ever use the sesh in Kilkenny back today? The airport inn. Where's the airport inn? Or is that in the actual airport? I had a many a drink in the airport because they used to do early drinks on Sundays.
Where's that? Kilkelly? Who's
Bonners? Yeah, I've been in Bonners many times, and the corner bar in many a session.
Peter Bonner and myself would be good mates. So
yeah, they're from Donegal originally, aren't they? Yeah. Salmonberry, is it Francis the fella? Yeah, absolute gentleman. An absolute gentleman.
Yeah, Peter's this sandwich kid. One of the funniest, naturally funniest people I know as well. Big shout out to the Bonners.
I don't know Peter.
Yeah,
I know Francis though.
Myself and himself were in LA at handball tournament about 10 years ago.
Oh yeah?
Fuck me.
Yeah, well, I just better tend to this because the place is on fire.
Yeah.
So you get the ball rolling there.
I don't know what to say about this, but we got a bit of a situation here, lads. Not only is the smoke fucking really, Jesus Christ! Yeah, the place is kind of on fire here, lads. Don't worry about us. We'll just keep watching the match.
Any score there, Chris?
It's 13-6 still. Not really watching the match. I'm trying to watch you. Fucking hell, man. Whew.
Open this curtain here.
Maybe open the door. Yeah, we'll.
I can't open that door. Window.
The airport in
closed.
Oh fuck! Wales has just scored a try.
Ah, bollocks!
Not only are we going to die a death in a fiery chasm of doom, we're also just after watching George North score a try. Woo!
Anyway, Airport Inn closed down in Kilkenny many years ago.
I can't remember that place at all.
I don't remember the Airport Inn. Which pub was it? Because Kilkenny is small.
Yeah.
There was a pub there across from the Corner Inn. Was that the one? It used to have the Corner House.
Yeah.
But it wasn't called the Airport Inn. It was the Trim Oak. Or something like that. It was named after the river that runs past.
I know. I've been in the Corner House a few times. I've been to Bonner's, Shazzy Max, but I can't remember.
I've been to Duffy's.
Duffy's,
yeah.
As well, yeah.
And not the Broken Jug. Not the Broken Jug. There was another one there. Something Jug.
Can't remember. That's not still there anymore.
No, that closed down. You should do food as well.
There's a real lack of places to go for food.
There is, yeah.
In the West of Ireland.
There is.
Small towns, like a small little eatery in Kilkenny should be able to survive.
Well, it should be, yeah, definitely. And doing a few pints.
Just can't. Too expensive to set up.
He missed the conversion, so we have to kick on now. We need another couple of scores. Simon O'Toole, I heard Mayo has more pubs per capita than any other county.
I don't know if it's.
We definitely used to. We definitely used to, Simon. But we don't any. Well, I don't know. Maybe we do. But I remember being in this. We're going back to the old ways and the old pubs. I remember having this session with a gang of us down in Belmullet, and after the Saturday night session, and there was actually a funny story, but it's probably too long to tell here about meeting this lady who we convinced that we were Kieran MacDonald's best friends. But anyway, that's
you might as well tell that.
No, that's too long. It's too long. I'll save that for a Patreon story.
See what you have to do, lads. You just have to become a patron member.
But it is very good. But it's probably too long to go. I'll be rattling here for about 10 minutes. But we went down anyway, and the next day, then we all woke up and we were mad for a few pints again, just to like to hear the dog sort of stuff. And we went down to McDonald's, and they were like at like 8:30 or 9 o'clock in the morning. They were serving. Like it was jammed. It was jammed.
And McDonald's is a great
place. And I remember like on the table, there was like all the newspapers of the day were just laid out. No one paid for them. You just picked them up and you took them with you. You sit down and you drink your pint or whatever you were drinking. And then we done a bit of a tour. One of us was driving, and like I'm not going to say that they were not drinking either, but I'm not going to say the word drinking. But anyway,
you make up your own mind.
You make up your own mind. So we went for a little bit of a tour around. We went out to some blowhole, and we picked up this massive big rock, and I love the look of the rock, but it was massive. It took two of us to lift it up. It was a flagstone, but I said I'm bringing that home with me. I'm bringing that home. So two of us carried the fucking thing across the fields. Carried it across the fields. Eventually got it into the car. It weighed down the car. Like the car was like literally sitting on the ground because of this fucking stone. But I brought it home, and eventually I wanted to do like a writing on it, like, you know, Kelly's or Kelly.
Yeah.
You know, engrave it on it. But what we ended up using it for was
Kelly Stone.
What we ended up using it for was when our dog died after 13 years of service around the house. We used it as the headstone.
All right.
For his little burial thing. But anyway, but we went to some great pubs outside Belmont. It must be not the biggest town.
Oh,
in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
This particular pub. Like there was no other pubs around.
Wasn't now Chot on Joe's by Auckland?
Could be Auckland.
Yeah.
But at this stage,
you see my grandmother's.
My
grandmother's house
like
up on the hill.
This place was like a country pub in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. Or it could have been Una's down in Blacksod.
But it was great crack. Like we went in thinking there'd be no one in there, but it was jammed. A bit like when we were on the run.
Yes.
A bit like when we were doing the run, the Mayo Coast Run, and we ended up in what was the name of it? Rest.
The Angler's Rest.
Angler's Rest in Glenamoy. We went in there for a rub down.
Well, we were staying there.
Anyway. Yeah, we were staying there anyway. But this was like, as it happened, we landed there halfway through the day's running, and we wanted to set up getting a rub down and whatnot from the physio, and it just happened to be the place we were going to be staying.
Well, I knew that. I don't know how
I didn't know that. I did not know that, because when the people came down to us.
Oh, you're here, brilliant.
Yeah, they were like,
your day's done.
You're here early. And I was like, what are you talking about? We're only stopped here for a run. But it turned out that's actually where we were going to be staying that night. And we went into the pub, and literally the place was wedged with old fellas drinking pints of Guinness, and something lovely about that. Missed the kick though. Yeah, seen that, Liam. Fair play. It was the other side door. It was on the other side of Kilkelly, away from the corner bar. I spent most summers in it playing pool as a kid. Not sure when it closed down. Jesus, man, I can't remember that pub. I'm trying to think. I never remember a pub called the Airport Inn. Was it in the actual village itself? Other side of Kilkelly, away from the corner bar. No. Did it turn into another pub? Did it become a different name after it? He said it was away from the corner pub, the other side of Kilkelly. See, the thing is, Kilkelly's not that big. I mean, it's only a village really. But again, there was an awful lot of pubs in it. Great drinking village.
But like every place was a great drinking village then, like.
Huh?
Every place was a great drinking village.
Yeah, that's true. Bal is another one. Bal, it's not a big town either, but it's a great. Some towns just have a particularly good drinking name. Mark says Killarney has a fair share of pubs.
It's fucking great town.
Great town. Love Killarney.
Brilliant town.
Absolutely great. I've stayed many a week down there during the summer. Rent out an old cottage out just past on your way to.
Yeah, after this lockdown now, because it doesn't look like they will be doing much holidaying, so we'll have to go for an old session of pints somewhere.
Yeah, around the country.
Around the
I love
country.
that. I love that. I go there on a
Take
Friday
off somewhere
evening.
and have a
You know,
laugh.
yeah. Just no worries, no fear either. You know, fear on holiday. We had this discussion last night when we were done the live.
Yeah.
There's no. You don't wake up with the fear the next day
No,
because you know that you can drink again. It's only when you're going home that the fear kicks in. Love Killarney, absolutely love it. Which county would you say the most fond of the sauce though? Which county? Simon, that is a good one. I think that we all have our fair share of.
yeah.
Yeah, they're like. I mean, it's just an Irish thing. It's not just a county thing.
Wait, it's sorry, I was getting distracted because when I came around the door to open that door there,
Yeah.
all you can see is smoke billowing out.
Yeah.
You can't see it at all.
We have it under control now. I think it's finally
Close this door again.
it's finally started to get under control. Which county would be the best drinkers? It's hard to know. I remember being in Carlow a couple of times and
Kilkenny's good crack.
some serious sessioners down Carlow. I would say Mayo would be up there too.
Yeah.
Some good drinkers in Mayo. Dublin as well, but that has the population. I mean, that's just a melting pot of all the other counties, really. It was in the Sean or Steve said it was in the airport in town, on the edge of town. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
I really do. That'll bemuse me until I get that sorted. Also, what bemused me, do you know what I read about Swinford, our own hometown? Swinford used to have a Protestant church.
It did, yeah.
But where is it?
I tell you where it is. You know where Mellis car park is?
Yes.
Across the road down the corner there. That's where it was.
Which side?
Across from O'Hara's. You know the corner?
Yes. Are you sure that that's where it is? Well, why is it gone now?
It's been gone for years and years.
I seen a picture of it, like it when it was.
My father told me that years ago.
I thought you were going to say your father took it.
Took the picture. my father decided to blow up the church.
I do know that's where the graveyard is. That's where the Protestant graveyard is.
That's where it is.
And I'm not like saying Protestant Catholic. That's just what it was.
Yeah, they're both daft.
Yeah, they're both as crazy as each other. But I seen a picture. The only reason I was reading up on it is because I was asked how old is Swinford Church. And Swinford Church, in fairness to it, not that I'm a religious person, but it is a fine building, a beautiful building, and on top of a beautiful hill overlooking sort of the town. It's not really overlooking the town. On the side of it is, but it's sort of overlooking the school. Yeah, and the Garda station. But
the Garda station. I'll tell you something about the Garda station.
Mm-hmm.
So.
You don't end up there.
Well, I went in there the last little tip in the car during the week, and I was told to produce my insurance. So my mother was going down to my sister's house and rang me up and said the Garda station's open there in Swinford if you want to go and get that done. I was like, perfect. So I took a spin in. So you driving past.
Oh yes, I was wondering what you were doing.
Yeah. So
and I meant to ring you. I was like, were you stopping for me?
No. So I was like, I'll nip into the Garda station, went in there, door open, was the thing, stand there for 25 minutes. I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
Buzzed it multiple times. No one turned up. I was like, fuck it, I'll go away and I'll come back. Came back an hour later, door open, buzzed the thing, nothing there. Rang Clemmar's Garda station, no answer. If you need a guard in Swinford, you are fucked.
Yeah. I had to go in a couple of times myself because
door open, no one home.
Because I may not have paid my tax in the car once or twice, and I've had to go in. And in the end, I hope there's no guards watching. I don't even bother going in anymore. So yeah. So how did we get onto that?
I don't know.
The gas station. Yeah. So literally, I wanted to find out about how old the Swinford Church is.
How old is it?
It's actually was built in 1890.
It's not. I thought
1891.
I thought it would have been older.
The Protestant church was built in the early 1800s, 1811 or something like that.
Oh
No! He's in.
He's in.
He's in.
Unless his right foot went out.
Yeah, no, I don't think it
that's
did.
a try.
Try for Wales. He's going to go to
He's got TMO.
he's going to go to the video, but it doesn't look good.
Well, I did say at the hour mark.
You did.
Impression. But like that's what happens with rugby.
Yeah.
Like losing a man is.
Yeah, I know it is. We've done well to even stay in the game.
Yeah, and they had a good first half. Second half, they started to see mistakes happen. Now only look at your man.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a great try. It's a fucking great try. You gotta say he knew what was coming. He grounded it really well. You gotta say that you can't argue that.
No, it's definitely a try. It was a try all over.
Like the linesman in the background squatting like
he's great, lovely squat.
He's a great squat.
Yeah. How do you rate squats out of 7, isn't it? Or something like that. Yeah, I'd say he's a 7 out of 7 for squat.
Intently watching. Fucking.
He got so close to the ball, I'd say someone nearly tackled him.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that camera angle.
Yeah, you got fucking.
Well, that's my bet.
At the same time, though, there's 3 points in it. You know, Ireland.
We
just
need
5 good minutes.
Yeah.
And hold out.
Yeah.
So
maybe bring on
if they can keep this for the next 10 minutes, there's a chance of Ireland nicking this.
Okay, he sort of needs to miss this though, and he won't. Yeah, he was going to miss 2 in a row.
No, too good for that. There's 5 points in it. It's not too bad so far.
No.
A converted try wins the game at this point.
Yeah.
You know. But Ireland need to really step it up now in the next couple of minutes.
Indeed, they do.
But yeah, like a small town like Swinford, like it's not that small either, but like not to have the Garda station.
Oh, that's
and the Garda station that we do have. It's only there to
divert to Claremorris.
Yeah,
which is not the way it was built. It was actually done as the main barracks for East Mayo. So it's not good when your main barracks in the larger area.
Like the only thing is that
there's a couple of hours of the day.
There's not as much trouble around town with all the pubs being closed.
That's true too, yeah. Although it's had its fair share.
Yeah.
In the last year, we've had a couple of. We had a murder.
It's a murder.
Yeah, we had a murder in the town. And we had a couple of stabbings as well.
Yeah, it's funny. You'd forget that very quickly.
You would.
A couple of stabbings.
You would, but then again, I think they were the same
bunch of lads.
So it was going to happen, and unfortunately, it did.
They may have been Trevelyan.
Peace for the lad that was killed.
Yeah, who was also a Trevelyan.
Indeed, he was.
Not his fault that he was a Trevelyan, or that he got stabbed. I don't know. Well, actually, I don't know if it's his fault that he got stabbed. I don't think anyone knows that. Yeah. I'm just guessing.
What happened there? Well, it's not good anyway because Conor Murray is not happy.
Did he say that he's holding it on the ground? Did he? Again, a good winger. Stockdale didn't start today.
And what happened there? Did he not?
No.
I like him as a player. I picked him out before he even got on the Irish team.
Yeah.
He was playing for Ulster, wasn't it?
Yeah. The man didn't even try to wrap his hands out. He just took a freaking whack to the head.
So what was illegal about that?
Well, I don't know what was illegal on Sanders' side. It can't be. Because Sanders is the ball carrier.
Yeah. So
what's he supposed to do?
Do. Mad stats attack. We're way more attacks, but we're not winning. And that is some statistic for someone that is down to 14 men.
Not that far off it though. Yes. Small town murders.
Odds on Ireland winning now. I will check that out.
Wouldn't be beyond them though. Because if you look at it, Ireland got better as the first half went along as well.
We will see. Odds on Ireland.
Robbie Henshaw will go off for a head injury assessment.
I'm a lot slower on my phone these days because I changed to the P40 Pro, and it is a great camera, but everything else is just a lot slower. I wouldn't get it again. I'd go
Whereas
back.
I have the
P30.
P30 Pro.
Yeah,
and it's class.
yeah. So don't get the P40.
So you still can't get the Play
I can't
Store.
get the apps, Google or anything like that. I must look into it properly again. Okay, in play. Do. In play. Soccer, Wales, Ireland. Ireland are 5-1. 5-1. Worth the bet?
Well, I wouldn't say they're not worth a bet.
Yeah, okay. Well, she got a couple of euros. That's all I've left in the account now.
But that's not me saying that it's worth a bet.
Do. And I'm gonna have to go for it.
So did Robbie Henshaw go off for a head injury assessment there, or was he?
I don't know. He definitely wasn't sent off.
No, he wasn't.
Right, I'm going to the loo again. Once I break the seal, I have to go.
Wales under a high ball there looked really good as well. Would Ireland be worth a bet? 5-1 that's well worth a bet. Yeah. Again, they're well in the game. They haven't the second half. They haven't broken the game line at all, and they've been working really hard, but they haven't threatened that much. James Lowe off the wing. There's a penalty against Wales, obstruction as he went up for the ball. Yeah. Oh no, it was Conor Murray that obstructed the. So it's a penalty against Ireland, is it? What is happening here? This is okay. So Lee Halfpenny's going to take a kick at this, is he? No, being kicking into touch. It's not going to go Ireland's way, lads. Decisions like that go against you.
What was that?
So James Lowe went up under the high ball.
Yeah.
Took it. So Robbie Henshaw's back on after the head injury assessment. Went in, took a high ball.
Mm-hmm.
Came down, but the player that was going in to tackle James Lowe was obstructed by Conor Murray, so they gave a penalty away.
But they didn't go for the kick?
They should have gone for the kick, but they kicked into touch, so they
they're
obviously
going for blood now. Yeah. Mightn't be no Grand Slam for any team this year.
I can't see it.
France maybe Wales.
Even though Scotland dominated England yesterday, and they fucking dominated them, they didn't put up on the scoreboard, which would be a worry if you're Scottish.
Yeah.
Wales are struggling against a 14-man Ireland.
Yeah.
France, Italy played really well against France. They didn't have the cutting edge at all.
Mm-hmm. Is O'Shea still managing them?
Conor O'Shea.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
If
fucking Ireland coming in from the side there.
Ridiculous. If I was to see any other team winning the Grand Slam other than Ireland, it would be Scotland. I'd love to see Scotland win. Do you know what I thought it was too?
Well, I thought that he was going in to tackle him from the side, but he was clearly just trying to pick up the ball,
mm-hmm.
which that's not a free in.
Oh, he's taking the 3 points. Fuck.
This if he misses this,
if the refereeing in rugby and use of TMO are so much better than the VAR, way more. Way more, Mark.
At the end of the day, you can hear what the conversation is.
Yeah.
And they talk through every decision.
Yeah.
Like the refereeing in rugby is way better. They take control of the game.
Much better standard of refs
better.
as well.
Now it's gone from, whereas years ago, you remember when Man United played Middlesbrough and a penalty was given against United, and Roy Keane and David Beckham and all the lads were chasing down the referee, pointing in his face, giving out to him. Your man was like backing up, and he's like running away from the players. They're getting stuck into him. So it's gone from zero respect for the referees then to, if you say anything to a referee now in the Premier League, it's
could be a card.
They'll go overboard.
Yeah.
Whereas the referees in rugby have a lot of they're respected by the players.
That's right. Way more respected. And the idea is that
the standard is really high.
Yeah, it is.
That's why
the Welsh referee? What's his name again? I'd love to get him on a podcast. Nigel
Owens.
Nigel Owens, yeah.
He's class. Actually.
Yeah, he could be a bit of crack.
He's good crack, actually.
Yeah.
But so all of those are like, the standard is very high in rugby, referee wise. Mm-hmm. So you don't see mistakes. So, and because the standard's so high, they're confident enough for everyone to hear the conversations that happen. Whereas I think the Premier League referees, because you can't hear what the VAR referees are basically there to say, listen, good job, ref. Yeah. They're not there to contradict you, like.
Yeah.
Because if a referee, you want to be at the highest level, you want to be shown that if you've made a mistake, you don't want it held up, like.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a very strange situation. VAR is very controversial. Then they've gone into too much of the minutiae of it. So if you're a millimeter offside, they get fucking like lines on the pitch and stuff, and it's
just let the game flow. I think that would be like I've said it many times. I'm a traditionalist when it comes to rules and regulations in sport, and there's just way too much chopping and changing. Way too much chopping and changing, in my opinion. Lovely layoff. We need a score. We need it in the next. We need it from this play, if we have any chance.
Yeah, it's. Ireland still have, like, they look good when they're on the front foot.
Yeah, they do. It's getting on the front foot though. The defense in the Welsh. We're just tiring a bit too.
Yeah, you can see the tiredness kicking in now. Thanks.
And we were man down as well. So on top of the man's on top.
Who's that?
Johnny Sexton. He's been on the ground more times than.
Oh, stop!
My God, he's very injury prone.
In fairness, he's also targeted by teams, like, you know. So was O'Gara, but O'Gara seemed to be able to wriggle out of them.
That's right.
I think because Sexton's that bit bigger,
maybe
he seems to take it really hard.
Takes him hard, yeah. He's still down.
Mm-hmm. Who's the backup number 10 that's on the bench at the moment? It's not Madigan. Or who's on the bench?
I can't think. Is it not Madigan at the minute?
No.
Why?
Madigan injured? Ulster. Oh, I don't think it's him.
Well, what's the monster?
He took a knee to the head. Carberry,
yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
So.
Where did he take it? On the ground or in play?
He took it when he was on the ground.
Oh, Jesus!
Yeah, that's not great.
You wouldn't see that in Julian's. After the nightclub is finished.
Yeah, if you took a knee like that in Julian's, you'd know about it.
You did. I took many a knee in Julian's.
I bet you did.
I did. There should be some spot for fighting after the nightclub. You don't need to be a lip reader to see.
Yeah, he's not impressed.
No, he's not impressed, Johnny Sexton there. He may have used the F word a few times.
But now he's going to have to go off for a head injury assessment.
That's right. It's just not looking good one way or another.
No. Once that second try went over, it was always going to be a massive uphill.
Yeah.
But even when they were 18-13 up, like Conor Murray in obstructing your man going in to tackle James Lowe.
Just the even the look has shifted. What's he pissed off about?
Well, he doesn't like going off.
Well, he's down with a head injury for the last 5 minutes. So what does he expect?
He has to go in.
Billy Burns is on again. He's in. He's on. He's off. He's on. He's off. It's like French toast in the drink.
So does that mean Conor Murray's going to be kicking?
Probably
number 10.
We mightn't get a chance to kick. That's the fucking problem.
Yeah. I don't know. There's just something about Andy Farrell that doesn't.
Is it because he's English?
No, well, there's I can't imagine him at Christmas dinner hanging out with his son Owen Farrell and not being able to say, Sexton's gone a bit slow.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, I get you.
You get me?
Yeah.
His son is the.
And to be honest, I can't see him wearing an Irish jersey either at Christmas dinner or anything like that. Or St. Patrick's Day, unless they're playing.
There's something about it that just doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah, okay.
He might be fucking fully blooded to Ireland. No. But I can't see how it is.
No, it couldn't be. He's been against Ireland since he's probably 8 or 9 years of age.
And I can understand that as a professional, you can put that aside and you want to go in there and do a job. But I don't think the team is. I just don't get it. I don't think it's a good move. I would have rather Pat Lam.
Yeah.
I think Pat Lam
could have been very good.
Brought in an exciting brand of rugby.
Mm-hmm.
He would have obviously what he did with Connacht was incredible.
Yeah.
Was
it him that was in charge when they won the Challenge Cup?
The Super 12?
Yes. It's 14, I thought.
Yeah. Something
Champions 14. Yeah. Champions Cup. That was it.
So it used to be called the Celtic Cup, wasn't it? Because it was Wales, Scotland, and Ireland, Irish teams involved.
Was that it?
It used to be called.
Okay.
But anyway, I'd rather what Pat Lam did there would be a different direction to what Ireland's been doing.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, more exciting brand of rugby.
Do you know what I'm going to say now? And it's not just about Johnny Sexton, right? It's about, we'll say, leading players in teams in general, right?
Mm-hmm.
When they're not on form, they're not someone that you can drop. So really,
they could be a hindrance.
They could be a hindrance more than a help.
But it's not true that you can't drop them.
Well, I know that, but it takes a brave. It's harder to drop a player that most people would consider
a talisman.
Yeah, a talisman. Mm. If your talisman isn't on form, then the whole team isn't on form. That's just. But you're sort of like putting too much on one player, so you sort of need a balance of a team.
But you need someone that drives the team on as well, even if he's not playing 100%.
Yeah,
it's a personality thing.
No, too far. No. Just missing them chances. What was that for?
He put fun.
Shite. Wasn't Andy Farrell an Irish League player for years? Was he?
Andy Farrell. Was he?
For who, Mark? You could be right.
A rugby league player. I don't know. Maybe he was a rugby league player. But his son is the captain of England, and he's England's most important player, bar none.
Yeah.
And how can I just think I think there's something in it that I don't trust. I don't know.
We'll have to look into that after this game. Was Andy Farrell in rugby league? And if so, who did he play for? He injured himself there. Did he not?
I don't know what's happened. That is either way, time is running down.
It's a penalty for Ireland.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Do you take a penalty or do you go for the try?
Oh, you have to go for a try.
Yeah.
You have to.
But if you take the penalty, you're within a point. Then you're within a score of it.
But like, there's no guarantee that you have to go for a try to try and win that penalty after. Do you get me?
Okay.
Barrel your way over.
I think
to
he's
make
going
it a 1 point game.
I think he's going to go for the 3 points.
I think that he should go for the corner.
He's not. He's going to go for 3 points. They're the decisions you have to make.
Yeah, these are the wrong decisions that we're making at the moment.
And Billy Burns. Billy Burns is obviously the number 10, the replacement.
I don't know who Billy Burns plays for.
He's Ulster, I think. Check it out. He's a fine chiseled jaw on him. Put it over anyway.
Madigan's the Ulster out half.
Played for Wigan and UK Rugby League.
Oh, Andy Farrell did.
Wasn't Andy Farrell a Rugby League player? Sorry, Mark. I thought you said he played for the Irish League. We read that wrong.
Well, I didn't. You did.
I read it wrong.
There, I'll see who Billy Burns plays for.
Sorry, Mark. I actually thought you said for the Irish League for a while. Yeah, played for Wigan and UK Rugby League. So who's on now? Never heard of him. Kelleher.
Oh, so Billy Burns does play for Ulster.
Yeah, I thought it was.
So is Madigan gone from Ulster? Is he?
There could be two of them playing. I suppose every position needs. You need 2 or 3 in positions in rugby because you're so prone to picking up injuries in rugby.
Yeah. He was actually born in England as well, Billy Burns. That's, again, is there too many English lads in the Irish setup?
Born in Bath.
I'm telling you that.
Ooh.
So he moved to Ulster 3 years ago.
Okay.
Just into the Irish.
So what qualifies him to play for Ireland?
He's residency.
Okay.
You need 3 years residency.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. I don't know.
Or to be born in the country?
No, yeah, or born in the country, obviously.
Okay, we've 6.5 minutes left.
Yeah.
We got to put our best foot forward, get a try. Do we need
a converted try?
A converted try or 2 penalties.
It would be an incredible win.
It would. It'd be like when you just mentioned Ron Nagara scored the drop kick in the Millennium Stadium to win the Grand Slam.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
But it won't be as big as that because that was for the Grand Slam.
That was for the Grand Slam.
And we hadn't won a Grand Slam in 50 years.
Was that it?
Yeah.
Was that the first one we won?
It was also Paddy's Day, and Bernard Dunn was fighting.
That's right. We had this. Yeah. It was a great take. I went up to Galway after Ireland winning the Grand Slam. I went up to Galway, watched Bernard Dunn win the world title in Sally Long's in Galway.
Very good.
With a gang of others. I think Declan Fitzmaurice was there that particular night, and it was a great night.
Fitz.
Big shout out to Deck Fitz. He was here for the All Ireland just before Christmas, and
that was
a great night.
It was a long night.
It was a very long night.
Night of the long knives.
It was a long evening, a long night, long morning, and a long the next day. But we got through it.
We commiserated ourselves again.
Do you think Ireland will do it? I would like to think so, but I don't see it. And maybe they might just do the same thing they've done in the first half when I said that they're not going to score a try and score a try.
Yeah, I think your exact words were, this game looks like there could be no tries at all.
I said, wouldn't surprise me if there was no tries in this game. And then, like,
not
literally,
even 30 seconds later.
I hadn't the words out of my mouth, and Aaron scored a try.
Yeah, fair play. That was hilarious.
I put it out there. This is a different angle to it. Would we be ahead at this stage if we were 15 men?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too.
like you can like Ireland could still nick this.
Well, they could.
You know, they're well in with the shot.
They've definitely they're on the front foot now at the minute. The wind is at their sail, as you would say.
The English like Billy Burns bear hate those Welsh lads.
Is it the wind is at your sail, or is it you have a wet sail?
Wind is on your back.
Yeah, it's one or the other, but you get what I mean. No, what was that?
Oh, it's just like again trying to be too fucking clever. Like
she's not even Irish.
Wearing an Irish jersey though. Like,
what was he trying there?
I think there's a problem with Irish identity in the whole setup as a whole.
In the IRFU.
In the Irish senior team.
Okay.
There's a lot of players that
it's a bit like the soccer a few years ago, I think.
Yeah. But at least with the soccer a couple of years ago, you'd have someone like Roy Keane that would be in the mix. If I could throw it on ratchings.
Yeah.
Saying, listen, you might have been born in England, but if you don't like this, you feck off back to it.
Yeah.
You know, whereas this,
maybe
he's actually excellent. He is unbelievable.
Who?
Ringrose.
Oh yeah, very good.
Just class. But I think you need a few hardy Irish lads stuck in the middle of it.
Yeah, of course you do, like Paul O'Connell.
Yeah.
No, give it away again. It's not looking good. We've done fairly okay to keep it to this now, I have to say. But I nearly never bowled a calf.
True. Wales be looking at this and they've struggled against Ireland.
Yeah.
It's not been a good performance by Wales at all.
No, the clock's running down, 3.5 minutes left. It's not good. And Wales in possession. We need to win this throw in.
Or we have to slow Wales down and try and get it turned over. Minimum. Ireland need to have the ball in hand.
And no, we didn't even contest it.
Yeah, that was always going to be difficult to contest.
What's the referee shouting at there?
Well, there's a lot of players offside on the Ireland side at the moment.
No, we got the penalty. Don't know what that was about. That All-Ireland session was the highlight of 2020. Away. Yes, it was an absolute brilliant night. It was just like a night in the pubs before the lockdown.
It was mad.
It was a cracker night. There was just so many ringers in the mix.
Yeah, a nice gang.
Yeah, just
I say that it was a nice bunch. Fucking.
And we had a vocal.
You'd be heartbroken as well every time watching Mayo play an All-Ireland final. I think it was just the gulf in class was too much for Mayo this year. I think we could all accept that.
Yeah,
Dublin are such a good team.
It was probably the easiest
to accept.
All-Ireland defeat to accept.
Yeah.
The fact that we didn't even think that it might even happen in 2020. The fact that we were there at all was a great thing because we didn't expect much off the Mayo team this last year, and there was great moments.
There was great moments.
Yeah, and we like a lot of young players coming through.
Come on,
the likes of Pádraig O'Hora, who we had on the podcast a few weeks ago. Very exciting talents to be looking forward to in 2021, if it ever.
He's the proof that there's lads out there that are 25, 26.
That's right. Yeah.
And they might feel like they might get a chance.
Yeah.
He's so headstrong that he's willed himself into that position.
Yeah, 100%.
To play senior games for Mayo, and now he's obviously trying to kick on from there
and become like a,
because he's 28.
Yeah,
but he's the proof that he's
27.
He's 27.
27 since this month.
28.
No, 93. Born 93.
Yeah,
which would make him 28. Correct.
Because he said it on the podcast. But he's the proof that at 27, 28 you can still make it.
Because I actually asked him one of the questions that we put out a questionnaire about him one of the questions was about him being on the time he won the toughest challenger or Hell Week.
Hell Week, yeah.
And I said, how did that affect you? But one of the questions was, how did it really affect him as he was playing for Mayo? And as it happened, he wasn't even playing for Mayo at the time. Yeah, and that was only a year ago. So just shows you, if you keep at it, you're never too old to break into the team if you put your head to it. And then we mentioned Tom Brady, and he's 43 and he's still in Super Bowl finals tonight. Big shout out to Tom.
Of the Brady clan.
Of the Brady clan of Waterford. Yeah. We learned that last night too.
Fair play to Dave Walsh.
Yeah.
Coming in with hard facts.
Yeah, hard facts. You see, not only are we having the pints here and having the crack, we're also very educational.
Well, we're getting education.
We're getting more. Yeah, we are. We'll just keep picking these points up.
So Wales are going to kick it out now.
Yeah, it's over, lads. It is over.
Oh
no!
Well, why did they do that?
Don't know.
All they had to do is keep the ball. Well, if Ireland score a try after that now,
we're a little bit strung out, but you never know.
Ireland just have to keep the ball in the hand now.
You sort of you know there's a feeling that it's like you're not going to get out of it, and I just have that feeling that we're just.
Yeah, but even at that, you'd say that's really poor game management for Wales.
Yeah.
Because all they have to do is keep the ball.
Fuck it! A knock on by who?
I haven't got a clue who knocked that on.
It's obviously a Welsh knock on, because he wouldn't be blowing it up for an Irish knock on.
So if it's a penalty, Ireland just have to keep the ball in hand, keep it running.
Yeah.
Oh. No, that's a knock on. That's a penalty charge.
Okay.
Yeah, yellow card.
It's a bit late now for a yellow card.
Even still.
Okay, we're down to 14 men. This feels like a bit of a novelty fucking sending off, but I suppose you have to follow the rules.
He wasn't sent off though, was he?
Got a yellow card, yeah. So we're allowed to kick it out off a penalty, and it's still okay.
There wasn't a yellow card there.
No, I thought he sent him off.
Comes up in the corner.
I know it does, yeah. Oh, just saved about wins.
Wow, so Wales must be feeling a bit of pressure now.
We look like we've more or less by about 3 or 4, just whatever way we've set up. It feels
just
like
got to
there's a
keep
lot more Wales players.
I'll just have to keep the ball in hand, keep it moving, and don't give any stupid penalties away. But Wales had the chance to keep the ball there a couple of minutes ago, and your man tried to kick it down the line for trying to be too smart.
Yeah.
And if Wales...
The game could have been over 6 minutes ago.
Oh, definitely. Well, 3 minutes.
Well, no, but I mean, the clock was stopped a few times.
Yeah.
That's the thing about rugby. It could go on for 2 hours.
I'll just keep recycling this.
What is the longest you've seen a rugby game go on for after the 80 minutes?
There was a Lions game that went on very... Oh! Go on, Ringrose.
Oh, jeez.
Got to have someone on the shoulder there. There's a Lions game that went on to the 100th minute there before, wasn't there?
That's right. No. Back again.
Oh, no.
Back again.
That looked forward. Larmer.
Oh, he didn't start. No, sure. No wonder. I backed him to fucking score the first try. He didn't even fucking start.
And it went against you anyway because he came on, didn't it?
That's right.
So you lost your money either way. Right.
Okay. We'll keep at this. You never know.
This is the thing. Wales.
See, this is the pressure we should have been putting on since the first minute of the second half, and I know that's easier said than done.
Well, as the longer the half has gone on, and Ireland are still within score. That's it. Not moving away, holding on to the man of the ground. This is really important now.
Yeah.
This is Ireland's chance.
This is crazy because
he blew it up.
What?
What, like this? That is, how could he not ask the referee? He kicked into touch and the referee blew it up. Look, he's second now because he fucked it up. He's a fool. That's
what?
Why did he just kick it to himself? Oh, he didn't even kick it into touch. He kicked it long. Oh my God.
What?
He didn't kick it into touch. He kicked it beyond the...
Oh, you fucking twat.
Oh my God. What do you say about that?
Oh my God. That's shocking.
She's English. What do you expect?
Yeah.
I'm giving him a hard time for where
he probably, you know what? He probably done that on purpose.
Yeah. How are you, Tony?
We're still live here, but we'll...
that bollocks that kicked the...
He's English.
Huh?
He's English.
Burns.
Yeah.
I don't care what he is. All he had to kick was sideways.
Yeah.
Real. Right.
Right, we'll wrap that up.
Wrap that.
Guys, thanks for
watching. Please,
I can't believe that ended to it. Fucking hell.
Please click the thumbs up button.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.
Subscribe if you haven't subscribed.
Yeah.
And if you have throw a few shillings our way on Patreon,
give us suggestions as well on who you would like to have on the podcast.
We've today was great. Shame about the result, but it was great chatting to you guys, and thanks for all the suggestions and all that crack. And we will chat to you very soon.
Yeah. Cheers, guys. Bye bye. Love you, lads. Like jelly.